30 more heading into this final map is
Right.
definitely valid.
What do we got for the last map? G2 on defense, 100 Thieves on attack, no raid boss.
We know that they love doing these 4-1
Too
defaults
crazy,
on their
dude.
attack
100 Thieves
side.
really heavy
Cryo
lean
is
into
able to
Ghost.
hard
They like
lurk.
it.
Really late lurk on the Astra.
Ghost believers.
These are the kind of tendencies that you can exploit. Oh, and Trent, he gets the opener with just spam through the wall there.
Yeah, just praying that he maybe catches on to a lurking player. It's a fault line to refight.
Oh, the stun with this as well. Get into the corner, stun, contact. That's nice, bro. Dude, G2, man. G2.
Regaining control of this one here, just rattling the bullets back and forth.
Yeah, this one's a little bit of an unlucky kind of go next scenario.
There.
You know, you'll make the best situation out of it. Try to create a win. But G2 are great in these spots at not giving up, you know, free peaks. They really force you to win the round and create the advantage.
You can see that just from the amount of respect. I mean, you could just draw a line throughout the back of the site, the entirety of the map. Position the G2 are holding. They're here to drop down those. Jonah P now with a plan acknowledged.
Yeah, and all of that respect is going to give them the plant. So now the time working against G2.
But to Cryo, I think, to be a bit of a playmaker. There's no way in astral form. Bullets just going right underneath him. That seize is monstrous. It's about how these kills come through.
Oh my.
That is a ghost moment if I've ever seen one. Another flood through. Out of the smoke, fearless. Bang. Attempting to adjust. Makes a decent go of things.
Oh man, the Teva hit 3, and it would have been literally just a body shot for all of them. But I think he was so scared to swing because they were just constantly spamming his position.
And then dismantling the rest.
This is their first pistol, by the way.
Oh yeah. Wow. That's tough. Good stun afterwards though as well. You know, getting value out of Jonah P's utility there. So that stun line came all the way down ramps.
He's feeling good about it.
On this map, one of the things that I think a lot of
1 to 4.
Thieves on their defense side.
1 to 4 in terms of pistols. It's very. I mean, it's impressive. G2 is still in this.
100 Thieves love to group up. They actually deathball around the map with 4, sometimes 5 players, and they've only really got one person in another spot. That is so exploitative.
Yeah, I don't know.
You can exploit that really easily by, for example, on that pistol round where Jonah P walked down mid and was able to get a stun.
Bro, look at Bang.
Across a different latitude just because
He just strolled into A site there. I think he got met with a stun.
Here with a nade into the corner. Quick hops. Up and around. But you're right. There's a lot to exploit if you've been doing your homework and you're at least aware of it, and they're aware of Bang. Just hoping to make something happen up towards the ramp angle.
Yeah,
the double fade.
Yeah,
Been a while.
Taken out as the final player, but the way that 100 Thieves play on this map, they always have somebody, almost always have somebody hard lurking, and it's either Bang over towards A or it's Cryo towards B, or often, more often, towards mid. And Cryo's really, really late, whereas Bang tends to be a bit more aggro. And listen, if I know this from watching the VODs, you guarantee that G2, who have been putting in the work,
Jacobson?
they're going to know that as well.
What was that at the end?
That's his honorific.
Okay.
You must refer to him as that.
I will not be doing that. Let's get
I see one away from his ult. Stun to ensure as well. Stun into one way in to pick up the orb. He gets his ult. Yeah, this is good for them. In return, they block vision, fade eye, dog goes in, create question mark over towards here. So they lost B main, they got an ult, but they at least create pressure over towards middle so they can now straight up hit a site.
At least Leaf spotting it out, so now no to the Prowler, giving them side control. G2 understanding the strengths really of how you really want to play this one. They haven't given up heaven control.
We've used a lot of util.
And now seeking to actually refight potentially over
so Ray's ult to go in. I feel like 100 Thieves need to try, and what's going to happen is this: they're going to trade positions. They're going to go site and trade.
To walk up mid, he doesn't realize this is one of the few rounds.
He's actually expecting the luck.
I'll send it forwards now. Showstopper in the hands of Icy. Satchels through and around. Finds it. Asuna will drop him though. To the other side of things.
That's impressive from Asuna. Bit of a gun diff maybe as well.
Regaining that heaven position and control. Plenty of bullets left for Trent to work with here, but with the pull, no chance, no possibility anymore. It's ticking away. All the win cons dropped. That's the power of this 100 Thieves composition. If you don't root out a player like Cryo.
Still decent damage.
Stall it out in their long term of all that
Three
utility.
three gun rebuys, one armor rebuy.
Here's the question. They don't know
A lot.
that Valen was looking for Cryo the whole round. 100 Thieves were on A. They have no way of knowing that Valen was aware of that. Does 100 Thieves proactively, preemptively stop going for those lurks, thinking that G2 might punish them, or are we actually going to see that game plan rewarded later on down the line?
Yeah, it's probably just 100 Thieves changing up. This is what most teams do, is like they'll change up how they used to play for like the first, what, 4-5 rounds. And as soon as the pause is done, then they'll go back into like normal ways.
Very little noise being made though.
And it's a very weak site on defense at the moment.
It's the way Split goes on the defense side.
I mean, that's a free site right here.
Smoke drop just based off the feelings of the getting that this is coming through. I mean, Spandau
I say free site. Yeah, he insta-dinked that guy, I'm pretty sure. Massive duel. And Asanov, if he gets another kill, gets his ult, and it is a giant round, and 100 Thieves has taken a lot of damage. What's up, Mystic? How we doing? Good to see you, bro.
Paranoia. Lots of fade utility available.
Yeah, it's nuts, isn't it? Oh boy.
Whoa! Right from the side, he is blinded up. Flash
The hell is this? Is that a team flash from the
great idea of how they wanted to just stop
Gecko?
that when that push was coming through.
What happens here? Calvin _ Bree with the prime. Thank you so much, man. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate that. Welcome into Slug Club. Thanks for the prime.
About to hit the B site. The thing that they're trying to avoid there is, you know, if they place down a star, or if you see that orb being thrown, it
Yeah, it did. It did. It hit both of them close.
We are going B. So you just know that that hit's coming through. So they're trying to make sure.
So this now is an eco, right? Eco for G2.
Yeah. And they get into a
Eco for G2, 100 Thieves have some good ults to try and secure this one, and they want to make it clean. It's probably worth investing like one just to get this
we are
clean.
planning to go B. Stop. We're hoping to have a good post plan. Stop.
The 100 Thieves side hits have been working pretty well with a bit of mid pressure beforehand.
In this scenario, this is what was throwing them for a loop a little bit. They've gained the advantage when it comes to the economy, but expecting proactive plays from G2 when they're on the weaker buys. They hold for the time being, and they lose the first 45 seconds.
You can see that Valen's actually putting a pretty large premium on getting info over.
Become a Jet main, or just wait until they
kind of
make Jet irrelevant in the next patch. Rework. Dash is gone. Dude, imagine they take out all the movement abilities. Just because it's too strong.
Exactly that. Sends a flying stun. Minor connection at least going to be pushing him back and away. Jonah P. Be aware of this. Bullets are suddenly flying through here, and they do clean
Anything
up
on that?
the
Oh my goodness.
players that were there just trying to contest and tango towards the ramp angle.
And honestly, these are good setups that could get them.
Oh my god, what's he's 4 HP?
But when the economy is bad,
Yeah, and, I mean, he had his ult though. Maybe Cryo could have got some of these. He's pretty far away.
Over towards ramp. If those G2 players have rifles and they get into a spot like that, I think they've got great chances of pulling around some defense rounds. But unfortunately, 100 Thieves are not opting into these kind of setups when things are
Movement ability is strong. Yeah, they're so strong.
Ridiculous ult bank. They're about to come into the next with 4 out of 5 ults online. And 3 of them are to help them take space on a site. Nightfall, Showstopper, Thrash. These are all used to put pressure onto the defending players.
And this is something that 100 Thieves are kind of taken over from EG, especially when you look at the Fracture comp, right, where they would just have these comps where every single agent just had insanely impactful ults that could win you rounds.
They're making it feel like it's going through mid. Nightfall, smoke.
I mean, that hits 3, and then they can just go over towards B, and obviously they can't hear this, apart from Valen, who didn't get hit by it. Ult goes in, and that's a solid ult as well. Has a little cubby to hide him backside. Jonah P. Oh my god. It's pure mayhem.
Flip of a coin almost. But that flood.
That was a lovely fast flood. Shout out to Icy. He absolutely sent that.
Look at that smoke as well, Valen.
Really nicely done.
Well,
we'll probably need a replay for this.
Spray down finish.
Has monumental confidence there, but also, how on earth does Jonah P get that level of value? He killed one with the aftershock. The aftershock was only to deny the plant from coming through, and somehow got the kill. And then, with the last bullet before he got detained,
How's Valen back there?
he somehow got a second. Oh,
Cryo steps into it for a second.
I think that's just his vision being obscured by the pit.
Yeah.
Bit of anti-synergy there from 100 Thieves, and they lose the big round that they invested all of those ults for.
The Omen ult? Did literally no one check the Omen ult? He managed to stick that? That's crazy.
Not to be deterred, are they? Oh my god, the bullets are going crazy.
Dude, it's so fast paced right now. Could be a solid reply back.
Still holding the angle here with a nade rebound.
Oh my god, that's a fast round. Okay, they reply back with a straight up A hit. No one goes down, hardly any
Yeah, excellent work as well with it. When you're not using cryo on the hard lurk through mid.
Oh, it was a with a fade ult as well. Oh, okay. Dude, I need to stop minimap watching again.
I think this is a really
Paying
good
too much attention there.
Fight up inside that smoke with the showstopper and then push up ramp. These players are perfectly happy to play those spots as a more passive situation as well, and just dual ramp.
I mean, that's a great answer back. The site hits are just non-stop.
Same
setup. So well. They had nothing to stop it, but this time anchoring players.
They have a combo.
Timing it, at least with the dash in. The dizzy.
Yeah, and that's
G2
two guns.
Defense. This one working out for them. Taking gambles here onto the half by smokes, dropping and fading. The cut noise call by 100 Thieves. This time might be able to pave their way to a victory, at least into this round. Damage is definitely done though. Look at Boostio. Slight breeze will bring him down.
Yeah, he used like the one for this, basically.
No, really
Jonah P gets a kill, gets his ult.
And they are completely correct. It's a great read.
You are divided.
That's quite a nice one. It's going to allow them an avenue to get through.
There goes the 19 HP.
Bring down Boostio. How about an acid pool at his feet?
Doing the damage there, Leaf. Holding it close, a tap, Cryo seeking for them to push past and through this own cosmic divide, but honestly, Valen can't really hear anything at all. Plant now committed and stuck by Cryo, getting into it now, taking a fight straight to him. But the IGL dropped. Leaf now matters into his own hands, but surely accounted for, not quite.
As he do it, just crouches under the bullets as well.
Wins it out now.
Well, they win that one back.
In terms of the rounds.
They Yuto dumped really heavy. I'm pretty sure it was a nade that stopped everyone from following up the duelist on site.
Run something until you prove that you can stop it. Well, they had a rifle v rifle round where they sent it into A, and then on the anti-eco he decided to call the same thing. And this time,
yeah, it was.
stacked aside and got there into a spot where he could get the kill onto Asuna before he got hit by the dizzy. And that makes all the difference.
Heavy reads coming out.
I died, bro. He mollied. Nothing on my eye. Nothing on my eye. Though. Yeah, I don't think anything.
Des, what on earth do you expect from me?
Not anticipated that one.
No.
Icy has
Icy one away from his ult.
So they're going for a kind of bait and switch setup in mid.
Boostio one away from his.
I don't know how much value this
Every
is
single
really
time they
gonna
need,
they
have been getting the B orb, so it looks like 100 Thieves wanna punish. Yeah, and this is nice just from G2. So last time they needed this ult, they did the one-way stun and they got B main orb. Then they started getting B main orb all the time. And then when they need an orb, they actually don't go aggro for an orb, and 100 Thieves are ready to punish the tap of the orb.
Yep, Util in their hands, dashing forwards, at least with the satchels blinded up. Asuna, all the senses cut away, and lives on top of it.
Really nice round there from
Yeah, it was
G2.
a really cool round.
Adding another layer into what
They
were
just
doing over
were
towards
not
mid.
expecting the op.
And still,
100 Thieves
honestly,
thought
this
they had
B
the
side
reads,
looks
and
like it
G2
should
are
be
actually just a
little
step
weak, but
ahead.
the way that Valen and Leaf are playing it, they're just on top of all of these little pops in.
Yeah.
The snakebite timing could not have been better there. I mean, Leaf had his crosshair placed on it and pulled out Util. I thought he might have got timing that Asuna could get a shot onto him, but both of those players vulnerable. Valen's able to pick up one of them.
30 seconds left.
It looks very difficult for 100 Thieves to be able to get into sites if G2 actually have players hard anchoring. And that shouldn't really be the case against 100 Thieves.
Spike down B.
They have a lot of firepower, at least to brute force their way into these site hits. So yeah,
10
shouldn't be getting
seconds
deterred
left.
so easily.
I mean, having said this, even if they managed to muscle their way past Valen or Leaf, Icy was coming through with a showstopper afterwards.
Yeah.
Didn't end up being that relevant, to be honest, but it
The
would have been
bouncy
if that
crouch,
first line of defense
so
had
many
fallen.
teams are
And G2 get
so many
up to
teams are
5.
adding more crouch peaks in this year.
Lead.
We were expecting this final map to be anybody's game. That's what I said at the end of Bind. It felt like Ascent was a must-win for G2 because we'd seen such a spectacular record from 100 Thieves on Bind. It looked untouchable. But with that assumption being incorrect, the game is just broken wide open for anyone to take.
Yeah, and I might even flip it on its head as well and make the claim that
I mean, they can pretty much buy next round, especially if they get a plant. Official. Where is Icy this time? Changed it up. He's at spawn.
When they get onto the defensive half, I think they need a strong beginning here on
Goes in towards heaven with the wall. They know that they can take
They're
it.
trying to draw people over towards A. Boostio's called them to make noise, make it feel like Asana's taking this position. And you can see that that's just opened up the B site.
Pulled them off and away here. There's still Heaven players, G2.
They did alright damage to Bang here, 30 HP.
This is going to end up,
Yeah,
being a
and
retake
these three
situation here
towards
where
here,
JP
they
has
have
this
no idea if someone went
to be
heaven or
okay
not.
with. So there has to be an extra layer here for 100 Thieves. Do you want to try to play aggressive
But they're
in a
like
spot and
slow on
dodge
the
that?
rotate.
Do you want to try to play a mid lurk?
We got some
What is
ults
the
for
extra
retake.
layer
Does
here? Because
Boostio
if you
want to
all
use
stand on
this?
site, you are all
Reach
getting
short,
stunned.
hits,
It's
3, 2.
Snake through.
Oh boy. Yeah, that is so sick. Just while he's in the fish hold, the double satchel back sight. Goodness, that's a nice retake.
What an incredible opener from him. Slingshotted himself straight into the site.
The counter there from 100 Thieves in the post plan was supposed to be the Thrash. They were thinking, right, well, we get breach ulted, but we throw our Thrash out and everyone's going to be scared.
They were
They're
not
gonna
expecting
go for it.
Icy to
But the
just
Thrash,
absolutely
it's just
send
one
it.
little fish. It can't
Dude's,
really get
dude's
everybody.
14 to 5, by
So
the way.
As the Thrash came out, Icy all over the top of it. And then even catches the free one onto Boostio, who's channeling his ult.
Oh, their util here was great.
It's beautiful, the way that G2 are playing. And that player, the X factor for G2, a player that we haven't really seen those big performances until the playoffs.
Icy, yeah, he looks way better in playoffs.
Finding
It's very
impact
true.
with the operator, which he doesn't use very often. I think he's only got about 2% playtime with the op. Around that, which is really
They're like his
low for,
stats
a
side by
star
side
duelist player.
from the actual
have
split
heard
to playoffs.
Tales
Must
told
be-
of
it
what he's
must
been
be
able
so
to do in
different.
scrims, and up until these last few matches, they were just tall tales.
Oh yeah.
And now we're seeing it in reality.
It's whispers and rumors of what to expect, honestly. Honestly, I mean, you could say that for both of these teams as well. I've heard the same stuff about Cryo. And he has been, at least in a few series that they played into the playoffs, performing up to a high level. Not right now, though. Not really set up for success when he's in this spot on the Astra. He's kind of, you know, struggling to get involved, I
Pretty
think,
far
as well,
away
when
from
he's
ults as well.
relegated to this role.
This is definitely his toughest map to have impact.
Yeah.
Do they
He
go
can sometimes
for
come
a
out with
Viper setup
insane
or not?
rounds when
Yeah,
he's
looks like
anchoring
it.
B,
Viper insta
but
ult middle.
if
Are they
hit
doing the
B,
one in the
he actually
corner?
has to come out
Yeah,
with
dude, this
insane
ult's
rounds.
nuts. It spreads
That's
so
the story
deep.
for a couple of rounds time.
Basically this. Yeah, it
the
goes here a little bit.
They're looking to still try to put some on the board.
So
This
crazy.
is a lovely ult, spills all the way down.
Yeah,
there.
it just goes so far down. And then for them,
Comes the season and
to go
A's
all the way
narrowly
through
avoided.
this, it's...
No one from 100 Thieves actually taking that space.
Hey, man.
Yeah, not that Leaf knows that, and he's pretty bold to be able to get back into position here.
And they dumped a little bit of
In theory,
util.
those 100 Thieves players could be fairly deep inside
This
the
guy's
ult, so
just
Leaf's gonna
checking
be
that
paranoid
they
for a
didn't
little while.
push through. We have full B control, middle
Called on
control.
by 100 Thieves now.
Looking alright.
All hands on deck.
Alan
As he
has a
approaches
flash,
A
gets
side,
another smoke
Valen
soon.
Anchoring in the elbow spot. Jonah P. Silent jump spot. Doesn't want to give anything away. Oh. As the wall comes up, the bullets, what is that? Zero connection. I mean, Boostio still alive,
Yeah, just took one by the look of it.
but it still made no noise.
And Valen gets into a hard anchor position. This is what has been
This is the
ruining
last,
some of 100
this is the
Thieves'
last smoke
exits.
for a little
Now
bit.
they send it flying forwards here. Careening with the util. Fault line will delay. Stunting them away. Plants. Gonna be sent flying as well with Wingman, but that's gonna be denied and delayed. Again, it's almost inevitable at this point. Valen doesn't smoke himself off in the usual spot. Asuna forced to stick the
Does
plan
he
himself.
feel comfy to
Finally
Omen
making a
flash?
satchel round, but no one to play off of this one. It's delayed in the process.
Oh, wait, look at Trent on this. That is nice. Helps out his team on site. Knows that obviously this is vision blocked.
That is
Someone
so
could have
nicely
crept
done by
around.
G2. They've got
That was a
such
great round from
read on
Trent.
what's happening.
He's so
The
on top of
prep,
this.
It looked like there was no way that they were going to be able to pull
But
out
this
this kind of
this
performance. on
defense
map
looks
one.
solid.
But then throughout Bind and now here on Split, you're seeing all of the hard work that G2 have put in, preparing for this game. And it's the same kind of strengths we saw when they beat Crew. getting Valen into that position, denying the plant, and having Valen be unexpected on site. These are all building up on top of each other to result in G2 running away with this half.
Looking to make it nice and pretty. An 8-4 finish, but 100 Thieves. I don't want to call it desperation just yet. Anything could happen. They do need this round win.
This is one of the few rounds where we've seen Cryo playing away from
G2,
the
similar
rest of the
story. They could do a
He's not
prowler
gone for
over
a low
towards
play
B.
like
They
this.
set the raise
Basically
up
the
just
entire
watching
time.
B so they can
Round 12,
have
first
heavier
one
stack
where he
around
brings
the
it
map.
out. We know that
Full
G2
info
are aware
B,
of it
full info
early.
middle,
Have
3-person
they
stack
lost
on
that
A.
because of the conditioning of 100 Thieves going for 5-person hits?
Still, it's only Leaf who's seeking to gather a bit of that information.
The right damage, Asuna down to
Try and ward
half.
them away with a few bullets.
They're
Through the box.
thinking that this mid take is still a fake because 100 Thieves have not actually gone into mid with bodies this whole half. So Boostio's really trying to change things up here to get the 5th on the board.
Very
Last
orchestrated
molly for
opening.
Leaf.
This with them
Mollies
taking
are
more
great
control
though.
with only 44 seconds left. It's really playing to this round. This might be the
No
danger zone
idea
for
where the
100 Thieves.
where the
They're
Omenal
gonna
went.
move on, and it
I
has
think
to
it went
be
maybe
quick.
B
They've got
main to
so
get
many
info, I'm
players
not
to deal
sure.
with. I mean, G2, look at them tucked to the corners. They're pivoting.
The fake ult by Valen as well.
Did he just ult next to
ulted,
himself?
And now 100 Thieves are
30
thinking, okay,
seconds
maybe
left.
the Omen is behind us. Maybe the
He
Omen
thinks
is gone
he
to
might
B,
have stuck into B.
And they're going to end up heading back into this duo of Valen. and
Trent
Cryo
gets a
B.
kill, he gets his ult.
Exactly right, fault line.
20
Delaying
seconds.
them even further. There's only 18 seconds left in the
still got
round.
paranoia.
They have to get a move on. Util expended. 12 seconds left. Lit up. Beacons just trying to flood their way into the site. The only chance of a win.
It's
but
such a
being
melons.
dismantled. G2.
Such a melons round, holy.
Understanding of what 100 Thieves are trying to achieve.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
looks a little bit rough on
Considering that was
the
first
calling
round that
here.
we saw 100 Thieves actually go into mid with
I mean,
heavy
everywhere they
presence.
went, they
The
just
fact that
got
G2 still had the read
stopped.
on it and still managed to win the
Util was
mind
great.
games and come out on top. 5 rounds in a row at the end of the half.
And look
Okay,
at
so
this
he
from
ulted
Valen.
back
This
B
is
and then
the
insta
way-
cancelled.
Yep, the
He just-
fake ult.
Oh,
He just
okay.
cancels it immediately. Yeah, that still gives
And
away
then-
the sound
and
cue if
then
anyone
they
was
have,
close. There's no way anyone was able to hear that.
Yeah, they have a
And he
good
baited
feeling
100
that he
Thieves into
might
coming
have
back
actually
into
just
that paranoia and stun
stuck it
combo
over
with the
towards B.
aftershock. It's so good.
So then that
Call
changed
has
the
just
call
been
that they went over
sublime, but
towards
let's
A.
send it down to the
Bro,
desk
they
to hear
are-
what they make so far.
They're doing unreal things.
Thank you very much, Bren. We're live here from the For All the Riot Games Arena. How are the vibes in here, folks?
Pretty good.
Love to hear it. Hey, I've got to put this back in front of you guys. Let's revise something we looked at earlier in the show.
Maybe take the whole thing with this team?
Dude, we verse G2. I don't want to be too mean, but we verse G2 tomorrow. We will absolutely not lose that match. They are not good. So we will destroy G2 tomorrow 100%.
And you're okay if we use this footage again?
Please use
later
it.
on. Okay.
Please use it after I beat them as well. 100% we will destroy them.
And again,
Damn. They do the zoom in on him after.
8-4 half here, G2 gang looking pretty dominant so far on split.
At least he does
Yeah,
it before the
G2
game.
have had a
That's all I'll
great
say. At least he
start
does it
to
before the
this map.
game.
I think the calling in particular from Valen has just continued to be sublime from
Doesn't
that
look great
first
when it
map. The way
backfires,
they're
but
playing this
also,
defensive
game
side,
isn't done.
It's really set them up to continue this upset run that they've been on thus far.
I mean, I said it in the pregame. I think they're just going to run a cryo all half with breach fade, and good luck, I guess.
That's the scary part. We actually saw 100 Thieves find some success hitting that B side, right? But Valen was more than happy to play off of it. And then Jonah P has like a rolling thunder. They had this sick retake Util just to get back in there.
But 100 Thieves have really proved to be strong at coming back into these games. They're a very experienced squad, and Boostio's got to back up his words. He has
Every
been
team is a little
talking
bit of
mad
2023
trash thus
kick-up
far,
on
and
split.
this is just to prove
It's
it. Really, there's so much on
it's
the line
weird when
in
you
this game. The winner of
play
the
this
second
map
half
and no one
has
gives
a
you kills,
massive
and you haven't
advantage
taken too much
into the
map
finals.
control, only
Two
over
bans
towards
and a real
middle
chance to
on,
get that advantage heading into Shanghai.
and you got like
How do you
50
protect
seconds
Cryo from being
left.
run up on this half?
Like it's hard when people
Shoot them.
tell.
Bring bang.
They tell onto the sides, you just gotta gamble, basically.
I assume the biggest reason they made the comp change is they saw a weakness in 100 Thieves' defense side, and they're looking to abuse it. So I think Boostio is smart enough to realize that.
Loved it. All right, love that. Love to hear it. All right, we're going to head back to our casters out for the second half of Split. It is a crucial point in the game, so let's head over.
Vanity, IGL, and the rest of his team, just shoot him.
I mean, that's my IGL right there. That's my IGL. That's what you want to hear.
But also that is so important to take a look at.
So
how B
it's
is defended, because that has
1-4
been a weakness for
pistol-wise,
Thieves.
but
And what they need to
G2
be
won their
reinforcing,
pistol on
but
this map.
G2 are headed to the opposite side of
This,
the map
make this
to
a
start us
2,
out on the
and this is a
pistol
done
map.
game.
Just that, I've got my own concerns as well, just on 100 Thieves' performance so far. this entire series, defensive halves, yet to win a retake.
Yeah,
Going to
that's
be put to the test. I mean, there's no map better for it, I think, than Split. It's going to test your ability to fight on a retake. A tough one, though. Still sending it flying forwards here is G2.
Good luck, man. You're dead, right? Oh, yeah.
Aware of his position, he's going to be plucked out of position, just onto that elbow angle. Exchange of the guns as well. Really
Flash
putting a
didn't
stop
get
on
him
100
too
Thieves, so
much.
having any chance of trying to flood back
But he
into
was
this one.
scared
What
of
is
the
their
floods.
plan?
There.
I mean, Jonah P still has 2 flashes and an aftershock here. I don't know what his game plan is to get value out of that in the post plan.
Sees a
First step,
nade,
stop them
missed.
coming out of screens.
Yeah, at least a nade just to cut off that close corner angle that there could have been the player holding. It's a double call and a face up here by G2, but backing away now is Icy. Still with that smoke to divide and conquer portions of the
He
map.
is jumping
An
around
essential distance
every
needs to
single
go
corner
away. 100
to enable his team to
But the
get
two
kills.
stand, the 2 to make it possible. EU circumventing all of this one, but with time ticking already. It spells defeat out
Respect to
for them.
G2, the first time that they managed to win double pistol. 2-0 on this map, 4-2 overall.
This series. They're in the driver's seat for sure. Our first Ascension team to make a global event. And we thought they were out of it after map 1. I mean, obviously the desk was talking about Boostio talking trash, but obviously that's not to clown on Boostio. I think it's just to also showcase, if you had asked any of us, you saw it with all of our predictions as well. Everybody here predicted 100 Thieves to win the game. They looked like the better team coming out.
That's where they went wrong.
And G2, this
Someone's
resurgence has
gonna
happened so late on.
take that other one.
Just evolution of this G2 squad, honestly. I don't
It
really
is
know what
impressive
to-
though. G2 have been very good at
Who'd hold
having
accountable, I guess,
reads. That's
for
the
it,
main
right?
thing
Is
that
it
I've been
Valor with the
watching.
calling? I think there's probably some
Like
part
they,
of it that's
they
supposed to
constantly
have
feel like they
on
have
that
great
team.
reads.
I think they've also been a squad that likes to turn up ever since they went to that last international event and flopped out after winning in North America. They've
They
been
got
a team
good
that steps
ante.
up when it matters. They've been like big game players.
Yeah,
Right there.
exactly what you want. But there's a try
Oh,
to
boy.
get alive, and it might be
One
now
more?
for Boostio. Just the 2 before he's eventually dropped. A lot of space gained here for Leaf. He's looking to try and cut up these angles. But the
These
damage done to Asuna,
sticks, that gun's gonna be pretty tempting.
gonna give
Yeah,
this one
there
up
we
for
go.
now. Plant tapped. No response though from 100 Thieves.
That's it.
The paranoia still being held by Valen. As soon as 100 Thieves make the first signs of life, right there. Sends it out the waves to the util. Still no casualties, but again, it's going to have to be miracle shots. Is Asuna going to be that miracle maker? Not quite.
Enemy remaining. 3 down.
The scene's going to be fading to black here. EU, no chance. Just with the Bucky in his hand, he's even having the
We
result.
would love a
of the
kill.
sidearm.
And so 10-4, 6 rounds down, 100 Thieves are going to find themselves. But it looked like they were primed after map 1 to be able to get themselves into our grand finals. 100
Barely got there.
Yeah, EU just being able to get that. This is going to be a long road back if they want any chance of being able
Didn't
to
want the
recover this
Bulldog.
one. Otherwise, G2 are looking like, even with leaving Bind in the pool, they've got that quality now.
I mean, it's masterful adaptations, I gotta say,
remaining.
beginning to end. I think they've come into this with pretty clear game plans, don't get me wrong. Like Ascent, they got washed, right? But onto Bind especially, the ideas they were throwing into the mix, throwing 100 Thieves for a loop, I think. And now, look at it split.
Yeah, now we get to see 100 Thieves on a rifle rounder, and then it's
Oh.
not Cryo anchoring B. So G2 are going into a B split.
Hey,
trying to put
disrespect
pressure
to
on
middle.
Cryo. He's not here.
They go real
Noise
fast on
and
this.
Yuto thrown out,
Oh,
though.
what
Not really
the?
hiding fact, are they? Bang just wants to take the fight. Into these angles as well, just dodging this Yuto. I know Trent is locked up into the corner. Eventually dealt with.
This is a clean one.
Asuna still here. Got to dodge and duck. All around, this one tiptoeing. The available util that's sent
Wait, they
flying.
actually managed to get
G2,
out here no
you
damage.
get the one
There's a
kill,
chance
but
they can
still
do a
just
lot
2 of
more.
them left alive.
They got
I
so
think
much
that's a
time to
fantastic
work with.
read. It's the
They don't even
secondary
need to
setup
win, it
that
just needs to be
100 Thieves go
damage.
for, where Cryo goes and anchors over towards A. It's not their standard setup, but it's a good one for throwing teams for a loop.
Last player standing.
Alan just making a call there for a bit of a
Spike down
contact
B.
play.
And this one, not even really going to be that great of a bonus round. Leaf gets a final. but 3 rifles saved for 100 Thieves, and they get a very important 5th on the board.
Yeah.
The reset
The more
here.
they can mix up how their defense looks, the more difficult it's going to be for Valen to cook up ideas of how to attack that weakness in the game. Because I do completely agree with the analysis of Ades that Cryo hardcore anchor defense on B is the weakness. But if they're not playing that, and you look at the minimap again, they're not playing it again. It's Cryo over towards A again. Valen's going to have to change the game plan.
We'll see how quickly this really goes for G2. Not quite privy to these fast takes, but at least for Rap with the fault line to set them up. They have control of it. Bit of map control.
Asuna goes into B main. I think he picked up the ult orb there as well, and you see Leaf in that lurk
Question mark
position
right
too.
over towards heaven.
So as G2
100
pump the
Thieves.
brakes,
There's
100 Thieves will
3
often try to
people
cook up
here
a
and they want to
reclaim strategy.
reclear this.
Didn't really see them on bind. They looked hesitant to go for those kind of things that have been working so well for them.
Oh my god, there's so many people
Damage
here.
broken. Cryo anchoring 100 Thieves, flooding their way back.
Wait, this guy's floating from the tether.
Player standing.
Bungee jumping up and down from the heaven angle. Surely
Levitating.
for 100 Thieves. Gotta think it. 2v1. Lesson though for Leaf is that they don't really know his positioning, but the spike is out into the open.
Yeah, look, they're clearing over towards screens. They truly have no clue where he's at.
Now they do.
I have the spike.
Spots it out with a Prowler right from behind Asuna. Creeping and crawling, lurking around with the knife out in play. You don't stand a chance there. 10-6.
Yeah, we
100
get a
Thieves. If they're
eco
gonna
here
make
for
this happen,
G2.
It has to be 1 round at a time.
I am a little cautious about the fact that we don't see 100 Thieves going for those decisive re-clear strats. On bind, we didn't see them go for defensive set plays. We didn't see them go for re-clears. And here
Look at him, man. Seeing the guy bungeeing.
and they didn't go for it.
That's so funny.
But listen, if they're getting the job done and subverting expectations by changing up their defense setups, then fair enough. It's working for them. And now that G2 are on an eco, now Cryo anchors B.
Oh,
So they're just trying to make
fast.
it as easy as possible. for
Boostio on
Cryo.
site.
Just gonna be sending it straight
The
into
low
the
buy's not too
players,
bad.
though.
Wait,
Boostio, slight unawareness there, but eventually
that
real
fade, I saved him.
Nightfall scatters and spreads
Whoa.
all the way out. Some of the decay damage
Yeah, the
kicking in.
-80 on the
Flurry
fade
of
was
bullets,
everything
enough
for him
to
to
do
get
the
that
job.
kill. The cleanup
G2
was
keep
great.
hitting the strong side of 100 Thieves.
I mean, EU's fade G2 was unreal.
Valen's attack side calling has been excellent on bind,
Would you reckon timeout?
but here they're not doing enough to work the map before they go into these site hits. That was another one, of course, just on the eco. But we've got to see them figure out what the defensive setup looks like before they full commit. And I saw.
Gotta keep leading it though.
Yeah,
Gotta
so-
keep it going. Gotta keep it going. We've seen players stop it. Oh, back to the gameplay.
I saw EU doing that with Trent earlier on as well. It's kind of across the field to each other. G2 are taking a tactical timeout here. That's why, you know, EU's feeling good about things. 3 rounds in a row there for 100 Thieves to make this more of an even
They
game.
still got a
Start to
great
build
amount
up
of rounds
the
to play
economy,
with.
A bit of a cushion for them to work with.
Hasn't been many time now since the
G2
second one.
Got to start thinking about how to get a read on where the holes are. If they've
Uh,
done a lot
left
of
but
preparation
right
into
with the
figuring out
10
what the
months.
standard setups look like, and
Thank you for the
100 Thieves
prime. Don't
swapped
miss
up.
the MIBR news. Wait,
How do you
is there more?
identify what tells you looking for? I mean, one of them would be that you see the fake.
Appreciate the prime,
utility
bro.
over
Thank you for the
towards
10
A.
months.
But that's the thing is that's the standard position that EU is going to play in. What really changes it up is whether Cryo is there, and you're not going to know that based on Astra utility. You don't see it before you hit the Astra.
It's a difficult one.
It's global. G2 are getting close to some big ultimates. Leaf would be able to get his ult online
Okay.
at the plant.
Chat, what do you mean?
kill,
Okay,
of course, but
maybe
yeah, it's a good one for
maybe
the
Locke
post.
can explain that to me
Cook someone
after.
up as well. Get a little bit fancy with a Nightfall. Valen with an ult.
But this is actually the first round where we see rifles online and 100 Thieves have their standard setup with Cryo solo anchoring B. And the thing that makes this a bit of a potential weakness is that he hard anchors from either like back positions or somewhere close as well.
100 Thieves have been doing a lot of
Yeah, it's a
conditioning.
real
that they
slow
haven't
one
been
on
playing
that.
setup.
And G2 are trying to slow the pace down. This looks like they're trying to get a bit more info.
MIBR used franchise money from
Prowler comes down,
Valorant to use in other
position
games.
pinged out just based on where the Prowler came
That's
from.
not unheard of.
What do they want to default into? Have the ults. Leaf.
People, I
Taking
mean,
the
Orgs have
timing.
been doing that for years.
Players are pretty split right now from G2 in terms of where they're looking to go. I mean,
The first 40 seconds, and they haven't taken any map control apart from B main.
yeah.
It's slow, but it's actually not gathering information.
Jonah P making a long trek back with the spike in his hands. Over towards A, looks like that's where they want to end. They want to try and fake B presence here with a Nightfall.
Face your fear!
Ult as well, maybe they get that connection on.
Fade ult fake, rotate goes in, 4 people. And Boostio puts his fish ult in to clear it. And EU does unbelievable work. He is the solo person here. Asuna also clears a lot of space. Kind of gets info from that. Ooh, hold up. Let's hold up.
Bullet straight to the head.
Leaves under a lot of pressure. He's the one with
We're
the
gonna get
spike.
the
He had to
plant.
retrieve it off Jonah P.
Oh boy, that's the spike down.
Seconds left. Spikes out nowhere, man. And you have
I
to
mean, no
put
one
up
can
these
plant this. They
players
gotta get all the
here
kills.
now. Running away.
Yeah, and look at EU just getting out of there.
Isn't it? 100 Thieves.
Ooh.
As soon as the call is made, they have no time. EU sprints his way
Yeah,
out
the
of there.
tether was perfect. I mean, even though Asuna didn't get the kill, he spotted the guy in the corner, and that was the spike.
Onto Jonah P. He wasn't aiming at Jonah. Jonah was behind the wall, but he killed the player with the spike. And so the spike got dropped way behind everybody else. That bought enough time for Asuna to come in with the ultimate. Look at that! That's Jonah! The breach dies there. The breach isn't even on your screen. And the spike gets dropped. And that starts an unfortunate series of events.
Still surprisingly so, G2. They've got money to spend. Still the investments and, crucially, ults.
And this is the first time we're seeing them shove it into Cryo.
Sending it forward. It's Cryo! He just takes up the position, dictating the direction of the round with that one. I mean, this guy, not to be removed. As soon as a showstopper play fails, it's a cancel call by G2.
Dominating the smoke really early on. And Icy
Oh man,
anticipating him to be playing further back or towards
feeling
default.
a little bit rough at the moment for G2
Didn't
now.
think to predict
Get
shot
into that nervous stage.
G2 forced to wrap things around. They're trying to give as few kind of notices as possible to their opponents. So they're not even
Fade Eye
using
goes
Util to
over
clear
towards
these or
A,
put these
clears
smokes down.
all of
Just
this.
holding the snake bite though. As soon as
Pass
he
and
sees one
stack
player,
and
surely
stay
looks to
strong.
rip. Just no punish on the jump spot. Flying forwards here, a bit of vulnerability here on Jonah P. Haunt as well. Doesn't know these players are locked tight, close to the corner again. Asuna.
He's always in hell. Asuna is always in
Have to
hell.
account for it. Still gets the one. It's covered.
Great crossfire. Wait, I think they talked about their B stuff, by the way, because they got good positions here.
Any kind of idea that G2 have about how to
Cryo
break
not
this
playing
B setup.
close. I mean, not
It's
playing
not working in reality.
Killer.
Theory is one
Actually
thing,
had
but this
some
is how
crossfires
5
going
rounds in a
on.
row. 100 Thieves have picked up.
It was
They've
like
knocked
my only
G2 back
criticism
down
to them.
another eco. I'm telling you, Asuna is always in that exact same position, and I think Valen knew it. Oh, sorry, Jonah P knew it. He just couldn't win the duel.
Yeah. When Cryo's holding across there as well, I mean, any chance of follow-up from the team?
The low buy again. We're getting close to
nine.
going
The
to
timing has to be
10-9. We've got
perfect there. You have to
Viper
be sending
ult one
people through
away.
heaven at the same time as B main. It just
They
wasn't
still
there
have
for
the
G2.
killer combo. Ult to get onto site and
This
Viper
is
ult to
another
win.
eco that looks like it's going to be sent into Cryo.
Cryo's gonna dodge this if they use it.
He's not really worried about
Yeah,
the
they're
money
saving it for the big buy
here.
rounds.
Flying forwards to nade.
The bullet tag.
Yeah, just slowing him
Wait,
down
what?
before it.
He's got another nade
Wow,
off in there.
what is going on?
Yeah,
He got his 2 kills. He got the nade.
he naded, got the kill, then got the kill from the nade, gets another
Face,
nade.
though, maybe overzealous in nature here from the 100 Thieves players, but Spike still dropped down. So G2 not going to have easy access to it.
Right there. Right there.
Look at this crossfire.
One enemy
Weaving in and
remaining.
out there, just trying to not make it too
Oh,
damn
oh.
easy. Get the kill here, Leaf.
You do have to be a little cautious because Leaf has his ult.
The 1v2. Drop down though. Should be the high-low setup. He tries to swing to try and take out Bang. Boostio is going to be there to just pump some lead straight back at him. Now he knows the position of both of them.
How enough do you
Definite intelligence on display, but only 7 bullets to really
swing
do it.
wide?
Goes for the wide
Yeah,
in his
you
face.
just gotta go for the
Well,
biggest
they
popping.
respect it, but it's 10 to 10. 100 Thieves are right back in this one.
They brought it back. An 8-4 half. And we were thinking Boostio might have to eat humble pie. Instead, smashes it right back in Valen's face.
Standing.
It's quick on it, Leaf. I mean, definitely made a decent go of things here, but at this point that 100 Thieves have set themselves up in, I mean, enough money, they could bankroll a Fortune 500 company. They're not going to be running out of any guns anytime soon. It's essentially going to be...
Yeah, and 100 Thieves get a lot of
ults
ults soon. So G2 need something, and that's one of them. One away from Bang's ult as well. So aggro A. Wait, question mark over towards heaven. Question mark gets cleared, but this guy heard them clear the question mark.
But while the aim is working here, the attack side calling hasn't quite been as effective as it was on Bind, where it looked like he was just inside the 100 Thieves comms.
Prowler goes in, and they aggro Viper smoke.
Getting into the untested territory, I suppose.
This is a question mark in middle now.
Yeah,
Prowler goes back, and again, Omen goes, well, they cleared this question mark. Don't think anyone's heaven.
Valen was hoping here that there would be
with the Prowler that went over towards B main with the block of vision, you would imagine it's a 3-2. Once the Prowler cleared heaven. Go for a sight hit, knowing there should be 2 people here max. And he has dodged everything. But it's fine. He gets out of there, he holds on to map control. That's all he has to do. Oh boy, Viper all invested and they haven't got a plant down. Whoa. Whoa.
What is going on? Cancels
Did he all tab?
What the hell is occurring? Cryo to respond. 1v2. The pit's still up. Knife is out. Cryo seeking a better angle into all of this here with a pull. It's watched. And Trent will deliver at least 5 rounds to the board there. Do not ask me what happened.
I think he must have opened up his settings. That's the only thing that to me makes any sense.
Yeah.
I think he must have just fat-fingered his escape key or something in the middle of that moment. But also, I'm a little confused why he didn't try to send the rocket on the players close to him. He double blast packed over to try to go towards the plant. And another situation. Brent, again, there are no retakes here for 100 Thieves. They're winning on the defense side, so, you know, you don't want to complain about it, but...
Stopping the plant from going down in the first place, though, right?
Right, exactly. It's the kind of plant denial stuff. It's stuffing them into the choke point. If G2 are getting into post plants, they are winning in this series. And 100 Thieves are going to take a timeout maybe to remedy that kind of thing. I think this is another good opportunity coming out of the timeout to change up either the pace of what you're doing or
yeah,
the
that's
defense setup.
that's so devastating. Because that's pretty much cost them the rounds. He had enough time to get the kill. I'm really confident he would have got that kill back aside.
Play that they go for where they util dump A main. They send a horn over the top, mosh pit, and they go super aggro in that area.
And what's odd is though, 100 Thieves haven't been going for as many proactive plays on the defense side, and G2 have been holding for it.
Exactly. I think they're already respecting the
Did he not just miss his ult and give up? No, he didn't give up, bro.
But again, this is again not going to be that aggression on defense.
He didn't miss his ult and give up.
Initiators in B heaven, which is a different setup.
Money getting tight here at G2.
This is going to be a pit off the rip from
back into this one.
It's an unusual position. You don't really see this one too
often.
And he gets dropped
instantly. I mean, that's just got to be spam, I think, right?
What?
You gotta think so. Aston is just trying to
wait, he sees him. Oh no. Not like this for them.
Too sure, but
oh, it's crumbling.
There was an awareness there from G2, and now they're just going to be sending it.
Bussio's going to kill everyone.
He's going to try and make a play.
There's one.
Now. Assailed on his position. Can he really push them?
He did fantastic though. Now someone else needs to get the double kill. Astra ult goes in, it gives him a little pathway over towards site. Gotta see this duel over towards heaven. Looking like Cryo doesn't have much. Oh, okay, he does.
Here. It's EU and Cryo still hunting around.
Oh, Valen's TP'd heaven. Oh no, he thought they both went sight with the Astra ult. He TP'd into him.
Left to clutch it all. Damage there. What a shot. And the fadeaway from it. EU with the tap. Leaving the open.
Oh. This was a stacked round. This had so much going on it.
On his feet again.
Hey, shout out to Bustio here. He did absolute bits to make this one doable.
Like G2 were going to make it to match point. It took heroics from 100 Thieves to get into this spot. Icy kind of gave the game away a little bit. He's hiding. I mean, I say Icy gave the game away. So did Valen. But that combo.
Yeah, they were so confident that they went into sight.
Into a spot where Leaf had to play a 1v2. It should never have gotten to that point.
Yeah.
a bit of a fumble there from G2, and they're going to take a tack
Wait,
timeout.
wait, they won a round and
There's
lost
gonna
next
be
round.
nerves
What's
in
their
these
money?
kind of spots for sure. These are not players.
Are they like
who've
super
made
wrecked money-wise? They
history
might
of
be.
Getting deep into big tournaments like this and being sent to
That's a
Masters
rifle.
events. This is
The
not
one.
your, you know, storied players like we have on Loud or NRG, but those players didn't make it this time. It's the fresh blood up from Ascension. People that have been there in the past, but not often, and not recently for either of these teams.
Yeah, just one-offs. That's a tale, and I'll see both of these orgs, I think, just seeking a bit of redemption with the cores of their rosters. And for 100 Thieves as well, expectations have always been high, but they've never really been able to meet them up until now, this new era of Valorant. Like you said, the young bloods, just fresh players, really. They have been in these spots before, but so long ago that it's never been consistent. And for this G2 core, you think back to it, I mean, yes, they made history. They've already made Shanghai. They got over that initial hurdle. But you're going to want to see them take it all the way, honestly. Really show us what
I
they've
mean,
got
we're
up their sleeves, 11 to 11.
taking the hit. Should be
And
in
not
the
just an
key
even round to push
key
things
phrase.
further, one that
Should be 100 Thieves round.
absolutely destroys the G2
They've only won
economy.
one
They're
buy
coming into
round.
this one with 2
And the buy
hero
rounds
rifles.
was the
Yeah,
win
fast
when
and the
we had an
bulldog.
alt tab
But
or
otherwise,
something
you're expecting
happened
100 Thieves should
to
be able to convert this one and get
as
up
soon
the
as
back point.
VC.
It needs hero plays and
Well, that's not
perfection, I
great.
think, in terms of the calls that are being made. Bang. Fault line. It
Okay,
does
pressure
tag
over
stand,
towards
but no
middle.
one
Question
from
mark
G2 is
created.
looking to even sniff in that direction. They are making their way back over towards A.
Looking to try to mess with the way that Boostio's seeing the game here. If they can pull people over towards A,
One
then
and done.
perhaps they can start to go in the opposite direction. I mean, the spike is still outside B.
That's not spotted. Surely got to get out of here. And yes,
Maybe they dumped you till Fatal goes back, hits 3. Only 3 though.
Full rotations. 100 Thieves teaming scattered
Wow,
on the
look at this from
defensive
100
half, but they
Thieves. They
have a
keep
level of
3
awareness here.
strong.
Boostio calling, not for the over rotation. They've realized that it's a fake presence.
Fish
And
ought to get info. That's one out. Oh, we just jumped around the corner. We got 40 seconds and they're going towards B site, and this is a giant jewel. The giant jewel.
Evident now from G2. And how do you come up with anything when 100 Thieves have full awareness of what you're up to?
Bang has one more molly.
Running your way through the util, seeking the disrespected. Again, the anchoring positions at the back of the site, shutting them down with rifles in hand. 100 Thieves, not to be denied, that 12th round on the board.
what a half so far.
Position, no,
Okay,
they're
one
noted.
chance for them.
One more round will do it.
One more round between them and an enormous map V2 advantage. An impossibility for anyone to take Bind away from them, except within the server as G2 did today. Chances for them to skip the Swiss stage of Shanghai, cement their spot in playoffs if they're able to win this tournament. And what a comeback it has been. Each one of these 3 maps has been so extraordinarily different in the second half. The first 2 maps even, and then one team taking control.
Oh,
And here we go, G2.
Prowler sees one close, but it cleared all of B mains, so they know B main's clear.
No ults to work with, half armor and a multitude of targets. Boostio knows it. He's got the outlaw in his hands, rifle nearby. But you're right, this is a bit of exploration from G2 down into mid, and this is the entirety of the series being distilled and defined down to one moment. Bang. Looking like he wants to make a go of things here. Surely you don't just push up right past him. The TPM cuts.
Oh my, it's such a bold move.
A pretty one
And it's one of
but
it.
it's a 100 Thieves squad.
He's looking like Zelsis out there. That's a
They've just left it
Zelsis
to
kind of
Leaf
move at
and
middle.
Valen. 55 seconds on the
Bro,
mark.
they lost
Boostio's
they
got
lost
wandering,
double
exploring out
pistol.
into the open. Might just spot these players falling.
Wow, they lost double pistol and they took it. Look at him, man. Oh, sick comeback. It was what, 10-4 at its peak? What a really good series this was as well. Holy.